Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
How are you, ma'am? Fine. How are you? Fine, ma'am.
So, how are the students, ma'am?
Students are good.
How's it going for Ms. Lavanya?
So good. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So today, since you are worried, we'll have an interesting discussion.
Yes, sure, ma'am. So, we have a discussion on how are we going to enhance our students' development.
Sure.
Okay. So, let's start the discussion.
Ramanathan, can you say something? Yes. So, our SNS institution is the first institution which implements our design thinking concept into the educational institution. So, the first institution which filed patent design thinking concept into the educational institution. So, if you take design thinking is the way of thinking and the ideology what comes from the students for solving the industrial problems. So design thinking is which has five process like empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test. It's a human-centric approach. Yes, ma'am. So if you take the process of design thinking, there will be empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test and evolve. If you when we speak about empathy, empathy is identifying the pain point of the customer or consumer. Even in the educational institute, we will speak about the students. So empathy is identifying the pain point of the students or customers, like this we will see today. Even if you take a product development or if you take a process or even a missionaries, the empathy part is more important to bring up a new kind of process or new product development as well as a kind of new machineries or automation which is evolved as well as a kind of new technology also it can be evolved through this. So design thinking concept can applicable for all entrepreneurship related concept as well as a kind of product development and all kind of developments and technology driven things.
So, actually, like, design thinking is the engine. Can we compare it with the car engine? Like, so an engine that drives the education, that is design thinking. So we'll compare as for the car, the heart of the car is the engine. So in that case, students' development to enhance the students' development, design thinking plays a very major role in it.
Now let us discuss about the five pillars which is more important in business. So five pillars are CFC, CLT, SCD, IEPC and SRL. The first one is CFC. Let me talk about CFC. It's actually Center for Creativity. This particular center is unique collaboration. Now let us move discussion to the five pillars that is used in CSNS. The five pillars are CLT, CFC, SCD, IEPC and SRL. First, let us start with CLT. Ramanathan, can you say about CLT? CLT is nothing but it's a Center for Learning and Teaching. It speaks about the teaching learning process. How we are engaging or how we are empathizing the student and how we are taking our students to the next level of their career and that's all about CLT. There are also their certification and so on. The teaching learning process is all about CLT. Now let me say about CFC. CFC is actually Center for Creativity. This center is actually unique collaboration between leading researchers and the academicians. And this center is actually an undertaking of knowledge sharing in the creativity and innovation. That is about CFC. Now shall we see about SCD?
SCD is fully related to the skills of the students. So there might be a social, cognitive, emotional, everything. It includes, so that there are various clubs involved in SMS where they can increase their skills. I mean, they can upskill it. They can upskill their skills in their clubs through clubs.
Now Ramanathan wants IITC. Industrial Institute Partnerships. We will call it as an IITC. So IITC speaks about the placement training, internships. Not only students have to just memorizing the books and they have to write. It's all about experiencing industrial things and what are the things from attitude aspects as well as your kind of skills knowledge is more important.
Yes,
So
exactly. We are providing, actually SMS are providing so many intentions for students. Like they have a collaboration with the like partnership itself with the industry, and they are providing internship
Yes,
to the
we are
students.
having more MOUs, as well as we are collaborating with nearly 50 to 60 more industries to make students to have that industrial exposure. Yes.
Now, Gautam, can you share about the SRI?
Of our institutions. So we have do lot of things for students and alumni welfare, because in our college we have making some activity for student welfare, and making camp for in emergency situations where staff admitted in hospitals. Immediately we will do call to the alumni to them to the hospitals. Apart from that, we have lot of clubs for student welfare and social service. Likewise, NSS,
We
YR.
said SRA is what we are giving back to the society through the social service. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So, the
So we have
next,
discussed about the 5 pillars now. Shall we move on to Spinex and Spinus?
Yes, ma'am.
so
what
which
do
is
we do
the
in spine?
spine of our institutions, I hope.
And activity
Yeah.
center.
Spinex, actually, in the case of first years and second year students, we do activities for Spinex, and Spine is for final year students. We do activities.
So it is just a communication and the outlook transformation for the students, where the training is given for their communication and the transformation is the Spinex. So what? Let us have a discussion on Spine C. Yes.
Yes, if you take Spinex Activity Center, students will have a different kind of skill set, like swimming, a kind of sports related things, and even though few people more interested towards cultural activities like dance, singing, music, and so on. Even more students nowadays, they are moving to actors and directors and so on. So drawing, art, culture, and everything, kind of bodybuilding, as well as the entire sports, culturals, for everything, a kind of skill equipping activity center is SNS.
Like as we said, like Spine C is what it grooms the students to acquire the soft skills in related to the technical skills also.
So let us discuss about the high
Yes.
iHub. So if you take iHub, it's innovation hub. There will be if you take design thinking, the student has to equip for the industrial related problems, how they want to give the solution for those things. For that, they want to know about the certain things, like what are the industries and sectors we are having in our country, as well as we have to know about what are the new technological things we want to adapt in order to make it more profitable or more revenue related here. So we are having 7+7 trust areas. So 7 industrial verticals, as well as 7 innovation technology, 7 innovation technologies we are having.
So that is what innovation hub defines, like it solves industrial problems using industrial technologies. That is all. So it is ideate, incubate, and innovate. That is the innovation hub. It actually plays a vital role for the students, where they can have a startup.
You were discussing about empathy. We stopped in between and we moved on to circular activities.
Ma'am, I'll continue on this DT framework. As Sir has earlier discussed about empathize, here we are empathizing about our students. Our students are the ultimate end users in the educational institution. So, sir, with the empathize we have done, when it comes to define, we'll have to define our problem statement. What we have empathized with the pain points in the earlier stage. So, while defining the problem statement, we'll be able to move further when the definition is correct of what we have discussed about the pain points. Once we have defined the problem statement, then next comes the ideate. Correct, sir?
Yes.
In ideate, what we do is we'll have multiple ideas, we'll come up with brainstorming, and we find a lot of solutions in ideation stage. So, there will be a lot of ideas. With those ideas, we'll be making prototypes. We'll have n number of prototypes. We'll have n number of ideas. With those ideas in prototype stage, we'll come to know which idea will better work out.
The exact thing is, if you take a kind of innovation, the viability and marketability is more important. So
Yes.
not all idea will be more realistic. And one more thing is marketability is more important also.
Yes.
So how much it's going to impact the market is matters the most.
Well,
So even if I am going to think some kind of idea, whether that is more viable to make it into a product or process or a kind of automation is more important. After that, we go for a prototype and test. Based on the success of those prototype and testing, we will be getting into that final product. Otherwise, once again, we will stick on to the process of
and also, sir, this DT framework is linear or non-linear, sir? We'll every time go back to the empathize stage and then come back step by step, or anytime we can go to define or ideate.
Anytime you can go.
Anytime we can.
Anytime you can go.
Once after the
Once after we start the process, anytime you can go.
I think this framework works better because we can.
if design thinking concept nowadays they are using in Harvard universities and US like countries also. They are implementing in new business models as well as in all kind of product developments.
So it means it works out well in the
Yes.
industry as well.
Yes.
In all
Nowadays,
the industries.
if you take all kind of startups, they are sticking on to design thinking concept and they are making things up.
So their failure rate will be less when
Yes.
they work out through this.
Yes, if you take
DT.
startup idea may fail, but startup never fails. So everything lies on those things.
So today we had a fruitful session.
Yes,
It was
sir.
interesting, lively.